Throat Punch Games, and it's time for another unboxing. And today we have Spacebase from AEG. So let's see what's inside this bad boy. This, you're going to build a base. Who'd have thought? 2 to 5 players, about 60 minutes. Good things come in small packages. Let's see what's inside. Rules. Advertisements from the other awesome games. Wouldn't be AEG without Smash Up. Rulebook. I like what we're seeing so far. It looks like a Saturday morning cartoon. Lots of bright pictures. Makes me happy. Looks pretty cool. Walks through all the different stuff. So this looks like it's most of the game, and then here's all the little bits and pieces. So nothing too hard. And a quick summary. Nice. Everyone has a player board. It goes 2 to 5 players, so we got a lot of player boards, but they stack pretty small. Cubes! Yes! Cubes! For all the different resources you get on your player board. Get some dice if I can open them. Little rocket ships on the one. This is weird. I don't hate it, but I don't think I've had card games with this kind of size before. I've heard of half cards. I've heard of tarot cards. It's like mini tarot card size. All the different ships that dock and all the different things they do. What deck they're part of. It's all pretty cool. It does really kind of look like 80s Saturday morning card game. So I can't wait to get into it. These must be starter cards for each of the different places because they have different backs on them. Easy enough. And the start player. Yeah. Nothing too difficult. Nice, solid, sturdy box. I can't wait to get in it. This looks like a lot of fun. This is Spacebase from AEG. Let's learn how to set up Spacebase. The first thing we do is separate the cards by their ship value. We're going to then place 6 of each type of ship in play. From there, we're going to put out the 12 colonies. And finally, we're going to set up each player's individual board. Every player gets a board, and they're going to start with 12 ship cards. We're going to put out the ship cards based on their number. This goes in the 1 spot, 2 spot, all the way down to the 12. And they're placed in this orientation on your board. Each player gets a money, income, and victory point marker. The first player is going to get the start player marker. The second player gets 1 additional money. The third player gets 2 additional money. The fourth and fifth player are going to get 1 additional income instead. And now you're ready to play Spacebase. So let's learn how to play Spacebase now that we're set up. So at the start of your turn, you roll the dice. This is where the real decisions happen. Every player gets to choose if they're going to trigger the 3 and the 5 result or the collective 8. So you're going to look at your board. If it's your turn, you trigger the blue effects. So the 3 is 1 and the 5 is 1, so I can get 2 money, or the 8 is 2 victory points. If it's off turn, you trigger the red effects on your board. So I can get 2 money off turn. I don't have anything in my 5 or my 3, so I'd take the 8. If it's my turn, I then advance whatever I want. In this case, I'll take the 2 victory points. Then I can shop. The yellow circle is the amount of money it costs. The white square is where it would fit on my board. I have 10 money. Let's say I purchase the 5, so in future turns, I could spend it or use this ability. The problem is I use all my money. So even though I have 10, all of it goes away, even though this costs 8. This is now deployed. Deployed ships go under here so I can quickly see which my off-turn abilities are. We then refresh. Some cards have these spots. Whenever you trigger the spot, instead of taking its action, you put a cube on. When I fill it up, I can do its action. Since there's little circles here, this says in a 2 or 3 player game, I have to have all 3 squares figured in to be able to do it. But in a 4 or 5 player game, I only need 2. This is income. Income is my new 0. If my income was 4 and I spent all my money, I would now go down to 4 at the end of my turn, instead of going to 0. These are victory points. Victory points are the lifeblood of the game. The first player to get to 40 triggers the end of the game. Every player gets an equal number of turns. If the first player starts or gets to 40, then everyone else completes the round. If another player triggers it, we finish that round and see who has the most victory points. The last thing we can do is buy colonies. Colonies go on your board like any other ship, except you can no longer get on-turn points from them, nor buy any cards that go in that spot. I can still trigger off-turn abilities that are up here. I instantly score these points when I buy them. And that is spacebase. So let's talk about my thoughts about spacebase. Let's start with the theme. This game is full of lots of theme it honestly doesn't need, but it feels good to have. The rulebook is full of little stories about each of the types of ships. The ships are all named after famous astronauts. The different types of colonies and the different classes of ships are all named after famous sci-fi authors, artists, and famous people. So it's really amazing, and it draws me in, and it makes me feel like a good in-joke when I can kind of see who all these people are. So I give it a 5 out of 5. Mechanics, I like it. I see the Machikoro Splendor connection. You can get screwed on the flop, though. And it is a dice-based game. You know, you can kind of build the best strategy ever, but if your numbers never come up, you're kind of hurting. So I give it a 4.5 out of 5. I like it a lot. I think it's better than Catan, and I want to get to the table. It's, to me, like a Dice City. The rule book. The rule book is good, and it gets you to play, but it's got some issues. There's major spelling errors on the first page of the setup. So it's a good 4.5 out of 5. You know, you're not going to need to go have a good hour-long fight and go to Board Game Geek to get it going based on the rules, but there's some issues. The execution. Execution, I like it. It looks great. There's the rule books, well laid out. You can play probably within 20 minutes cracking the box. The problem is I'm a big fat guy and I hate little cards and it's hard for me to pick them up. So 4.75 out of 5. Not bad. Just I like it bigger, but the whole point is it's a small little box. So overall, 94%. Fantastic game. I like getting it to the table. Doesn't require a lot of footprint. I can bring it to a friend's house real fast. We're playing in 30 minutes, and it's not going to be, we have to play a game where you lose before you can even have fun enjoying it. Good game. Can't wait to play it more often. AEG, good classic one that I can't wait to play more. I'm Ed from Throat Punch Games, at Throat Punch G on Twitter, Throat Punch Games on Facebook and Instagram. Like and subscribe for daily content and contests. Thanks for watching.